We're too late. The Chinese fleet is advancing. Just build another wall. Yes, in the ocean, loser.
Paid for by Americans who are really starting to miss Obama.
Finally, my mind's made up, and so is yours, right?
Hi, I'm Kelly, and welcome to Reality Bites, where we give you a bite-sized chunk of what you missed. Donald Trump has done some pretty bad things in his time, but I think this might be the worst. Earlier this week, he posted a picture of himself on his private jet eating KFC with a knife and fork. Now, I'm sure he hasn't read the Constitution or the Geneva Convention, but he should have at least read the KFC slogan, "It's finger-licking good." Speaking of yellow-skinned lunatics who gained relevance in the 80s, the Simpsons weighed in on the upcoming election and sided with Hillary Clinton over Trump. Unfortunately for Trump, it was hard to tell the difference between the cartoon one and the real one. If American politics is reality TV, then Australian politics is just high school drama, with the latest catfight between Kevin Rudd and Malcolm Turnbull. Turnbull shit-canned Rudd's hopes of being UN Secretary-General and claimed that Rudd leaked secret letters in order to set him up. In response, Rudd has called Turnbull a brick wall of life, and I guess Turnbull won't be calling Rudd the UN Secretary-General? Next Tuesday is the census, where we give the government all of our information in order to see what Australia is really like. However, people are beginning to protest with the hashtag #CensusFail in response to the Australian Bureau of Statistics now keeping addresses and names for up to 4 years and having online surveys. Well, it could be worse. At least we don't have to vote for anyone. We know how that turned out last time. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has banned registered sex offenders from playing Pokemon Go as they can lure children into unsafe situations. I guess it's a good thing they won't be catching them all. Apple has announced some emoji changes, with the handgun emoji being replaced by a water pistol and introducing some female emojis showing sporting activities such as bike riding and surfing. Finally, the right emoji for a girl like me who likes to lie about what they're doing on the weekend. Earlier this year, the Labor Party asked to see Immigration Minister Peter Dutton's office's browser history, and the results have finally come out. Most of the top hits were media websites, but number 3, visited over 30,000 times, was the iconic phone app. Considering how much bad press Dutton gets, he really needs to look lit, or at the very least, mint. Olympic preparations aren't going swimmingly for the Australian team, who initially refused to enter their accommodation and were robbed during a fire evacuation once they did. It probably doesn't help that the locals are holding a bingo contest to see when the next terrorist attack will be. Hopefully nobody yells bingo, or whatever that is in Brazilian. Speaking of finely tuned athletic machines, McDonald's has announced limited edition activewear for the Olympics. So instead of eating healthy, McDonald's will just sell you clothes with a flexible waistline. Problem solved. It has been confirmed that Game of Thrones will end after season 8, and we can assume that all the characters will die in a fitting end, maybe hit by an asteroid or something. Play School is celebrating their 50th year, but they've still managed to stir up some controversy by featuring 2 men in a same-sex relationship. The Australian Christian lobby was pretty bloody pissed when they did their best Helen Lovejoy impersonation.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
It's in the Bible, so it must be true, but they also say not to wear mixed fabrics. How's that polyester going for you? A Dutch man was hospitalised after spending 10 days in a Chinese airport waiting for his internet girlfriend, where in Australia we spend 10 days waiting for the internet. Loving that NBN. Not long ago, Sonia Kruger caused controversy when she made comments about Muslims, and now she has her sights set on the LGBTQIA youth community, stating that scholarships shouldn't be given out based on sexuality, but on merit. Yeah, because that's how you got your job, Sonia. Merit. Sure. And that's all the stuff that you probably didn't need to know, but we told you anyway. See you next week for another Reality Bites.